Hello everyone, Monisha here. Happy to meet you again. Let us discuss about acids, bases and salts, part 3 section. You have already gone through part 1 and part 2 where we have discussed about acids, bases, salts, the basics of it, examples of it and what are weak and strong acids and base and also indicators, the important topic. So here in this we will discuss about various other topics of acids and bases. Apart from indicators, we will write equations on metal oxides with acids, the reaction which takes place between metal oxides and acids, and so on. Let us start the session and understand about all the reactions which takes place with acids and bases. Before that, I will give you a small activity which you have to comment me in the comment section. How many examples of acids and alkalis can you spot? Here in this diagram, how many examples of acids and alkalis can you spot? So kindly comment me on the comment section about the answer of this. And are these statements about acids are true or false? So before you have to guess it and later I will tell you the answer. Weak acids like vinegar taste sweet. We know that acids always taste sour. So weak acids like vinegar taste sweet is a wrong answer. So this statement is false. Next is strong acids are corrosive and can eat away at metal, stone and flesh. So we know that strong acids are very corrosive. It will almost burn the entire thing. So this statement is true. Acid turns blue litmus paper to blue itself. So this statement is absolutely false because litmus paper turns blue to red in the case of acid. So this statement is false. Acids have a pH of more than 7. We know that in pH scale, the pH scale ranges from 0 to 14, whereas 0 to less than 7 is acid and more than 7 to 14 is base. And whereas the exact 7 is neutral. So here acids have a pH of more than 7 is a wrong statement. So this statement is false. Acids can be neutralized with alkalis. We know that acids neutralize with alkalis and alkalis neutralize with acid. So this statement is absolutely true. I hope you understood this. These are the basic concepts which we have to know in acids and bases. So let us have again an activity about true and false statement on alkalis. Strong alkalis are caustic. So caustic is nothing but base. We know that alkalis are bases. So this statement is true. Alkalis feel soapy and are used in household cleaning products. We know that we use detergents, soaps, Harpic-like substances. So these are soapy-like substances, right? So we know that these are alkalis. So alkalis always feel soapy and used in household cleaning products. This statement is absolutely true. So next is alkali turns red litmus paper red itself. So this statement is false because alkali turn red to blue whereas acid turn blue to red. So alkali turn red litmus paper to red is a false statement. Next is alkalis have a pH of less than 7. I already told you pH less than 7 is acid, pH more than 7 is alkali and exact 7 is neutral. So alkalis having a pH less than 7 is not at all an alkali, it is an acid. So the statement is false. Alkali can be neutralized with acid. Again I have told you in acid section itself, alkali is neutralized with acid and acid neutralized with alkali. So this statement is true. What happens when an acid and an alkali are mixed? We know that an alkali, that is neutralization reaction, in that chemical reaction when acid and a base, alkali is nothing but a base, is mixed, it will become a salt with water. Right? So acid plus alkali always gives us salt and water. So mixing an acid and an alkali causes a chemical reaction and gives some product. We will see that. The chemical reaction between an acid and an alkali is called neutralization. What is the pH value of the mixture of salt and water? The mixture of salt and water is neutral. We know that acid has a pH less than 7 and alkali has a pH more than 7. Whereas the product which formed salt and water is neutral, which has exact pH 7. We have to know that a neutral chemical product have a pH value of 7. The chemical reaction between an acid and an alkali can be written as acid plus alkali gives salt plus water. Here is an interesting example for you. Bee, honey bee stings are acidic. We know that it almost swells our skin, right? So bee stings are usually acidic, whereas wasp is even more dangerous than honeybee. So wasp stings are alkaline. So which is safe? So both are unsafe, but in case of this, wasp is even more dangerous. Okay, so bee stings are acidic, wasp stings are alkaline. You might have known when you eat fried foods and spicy items more, your stomach will become to ache, stomach ache. So the acid in your stomach that helps you break down your food is called hydrochloric acid. So since it is an acid, it has a pH less than 7 and it is between 1 and 2. Indigestion and heartburn are caused by excess of acid in your stomach. Sometimes if we not eat at particular timings, then the stomach will create acid which almost burns our stomach inner lining. Even though we have the mucous membrane, without the food, the stomach ache will happen because of this hydrochloric acid. At that time, we have to drink milk of magnesia or antacid or calcium carbonate. At that time, the base will dilute the base begins to dilute the acid. Indigestion remedies such as milk of magnesia contain antacids like magnesium oxide and calcium carbonate. So what do you think antacid do with the acid in your stomach? We know that a neutralization reaction takes place. Acid in the stomach mix with the base. So the acid will become diluted, less effective. So the stomach ache will gradually decreases. Metal oxides are compounds made from metal and oxygen. So any metal combined with oxygen forms metal oxides. For example, burning magnesium in oxygen produces magnesium oxide. So any metal combines with oxygen form a metal oxide. Here magnesium plus oxygen gives magnesium oxide. Acids react with metal oxides to make salt and water. Again, acids react with metal oxides to make salt and water. For example, sulfuric acid reacts with copper oxide to make copper sulfate and water. Copper sulfate is a salt and water. Again, when an acid is combined or react with the metal oxide, it also gives a salt and water. Example, sulfuric acid plus copper oxide gives copper sulfate, a salt and water. So metal oxides and acids. So metal oxide plus acid gives salt and water. We already know that. Most metal oxides are not soluble. This thing we have to keep in mind. That is, metal oxides are insoluble. Most of the metal oxides are insoluble. They are bases but not alkalis. They are bases but not exactly alkaline. This means they are often slower and may need heating to make them react. So usual alkali, when we add with acid, it will react vigorously and at an instant. But the metal oxides, which are bases but not exactly alkali, it means some more perpetuation for the reaction. That is, this means they often are slower. It needs heating to react. Copper oxide plus sulfuric acid, when heats, it will give copper sulfate plus water. Bases. Bases are substances that reacts with acids, which include metal oxides, hydroxides and carbonates. So bases are these substances. One is metal oxides, hydroxides and carbonates. Whichever metal you pronounce it with oxides, hydroxides or calcium carbonate like that, etc., it will be bases. Alkalis are substances that react with acid which are soluble in water. Okay, metal oxides, hydroxides, carbonates are bases, but most of the metals are not soluble in water. Whereas alkalis are substances that react with acid which are soluble in water. Copper oxide is a base but not an alkali because it reacts with acids but does not dissolve in water. These are things you have to keep it in mind. It is very important. So copper oxide is again a base but not an alkali because it reacts with acid but not dissolve in water. Again, sodium hydroxide is an alkali Alkali is nothing but a base itself because it reacts with acid and also soluble in water. So I hope you understood the difference between a base which is not an alkali and a base which is an alkali. A base which is not an alkali does not dissolve in water. A base which is also an alkali which is soluble in water. And one more small activity for you. You can comment me in the comment section below. Sodium hydroxide, you have to match with the formula of it. Sodium hydroxide, copper chloride, potassium nitrate, sulfuric acid, sodium sulfate and nitric acid. You can note this, it is very important and you have to match it and send the clip. Acids and metal oxides. Farmers often use lime to reduce the acidity of their soil. Lime is a metal oxide, calcium oxide. Metal oxides will neutralize acids to form salt and water. We know that we have to decrease the acidity level or alkaline level of the soil to make the crops grow well. So at that time, farmers will be using certain chemicals to reduce the pH level or increase the pH level, which is specifically meant for a specific crop. Metal oxide plus acid gives salt and water. So magnesium oxide plus carbonic acid gives magnesium carbonate plus water. So magnesium carbonate, a base will be formed. Reaction of metal oxide with acid and reaction of non-metallic oxide with base. So these are the things we are going to read next, which is very important. Reaction of metal oxide with acid. An activity is there. Take a small amount of copper oxide in a beaker and add dilute hydrochloric acid slowly while stirring. We have to note the color of the solution first. What has happened to the copper oxide? First, a copper oxide is taken in a beaker and dilute hydrochloric acid, not strong, dilute hydrochloric acid is added slowly in a continuous stirring. We have to note the color of the solution before and after. See here, the color of the solution. You will notice that the color of the solution becomes blue-green. So initially the solution will be colorless and when it is stirred, the solution become green. That is blue-green, and copper oxide dissolves. The blue-green color of the solution is due to the formation of copper chloride in the reaction. The general reaction between metal oxide and an acid can be written as metal oxide plus acid gives salt and water. So this is the basic reaction between a metal oxide and acid. Since metallic oxides react with acid to give salt and water, similar to the reaction of the base with the acid, metallic oxides are said to be basic oxide. Okay, so since metallic oxides when reacts with acid gives salt and water, just like base, acid plus base gives salt and water, these metallic oxides are also said to be basic oxides. Now let us move on to the reaction of non-metallic oxide with the base. First we have noted metallic oxides with acid. Now we have to learn about non-metallic oxide with the base. Let us see the reaction between carbon dioxide and calcium hydroxide. Calcium hydroxide is nothing but lime water. Carbon dioxide CO2 plus calcium hydroxide, that is CaOH twice, which is a base, gives salt plus water, CaCO3 plus H2O. Calcium hydroxide, which is a base, reacts with carbon dioxide to produce salt and water. Since this is similar to the reaction between a base and an acid, we can conclude that non-metallic oxides are acidic in nature. Lime water test for carbon dioxide. What happens when we exhale some of the carbon dioxide by using a small pipette? Then the lime water will turns milky when they reacts. The non-metallic oxide with the carbon dioxide, it turns milky. So let us move on to the properties of acids and bases, which is very, very important. The difference between or the properties of acids and bases. Acids taste sour, whereas bases taste bitter. Do not feel slippery. Slippery means soapy. Do not feel soapy, whereas bases are soapy. That is very slippery. Acids are less than 7, whereas base is more than 7. Acids releases hydrogen H plus ions in aqueous solution, where bases release hydroxide, that is OH minus ions in aqueous solution. Corrode metals means melts almost, reduces the metals, do not corrode metals. Next, acids react with metals to produce compound and hydrogen gas. Bases do not react with metals to produce compound and hydrogen gas. In the last, litmus paper turns red and pink in the case of acid, and litmus paper turns blue in the case of base. Let us move on to some common acids and bases examples. Acids, gastric juice in stomach, that is HCl, batteries where acids are used, cleaners, vinegar, citrus fruit, carbonated drinks, aspirin, fertilizers. All these contains acid. These are acidic in nature, whereas bases are soap, ammonia, deodorant, laxatives, fertilizers, lime sweetened soil, and lye oven cleaner. These are the things which are base and which contains base material. Moving on to the important topic, that is, what do all acids and all bases have in common? We have seen that all acids have similar chemical properties. We also know that all acids generate hydrogen gas on reacting with metals, so hydrogen seems to be common to all acids. Let us perform an activity to investigate whether all compounds contain hydrogen or acidic. Let us move on to the activity. Take solutions of glucose, alcohol, hydrochloric acid, sulfuric acid, etc. Fix 2 nails on a cork and place the cork in a 100 ml beaker. Connect the nails to the 2 terminals of a 6-volt battery through a bulb and switch. Now pour some dilute hydrochloric acid in a beaker and switch on the current. Repeat with dilute sulfuric acid. So this is the activity which I told you. So by doing these steps, we can see the bulb will glow. So this shows that by the activity which shows actually the electrons, the ions, the hydrogen ions are moving. The hydrogen ions are creating. Okay. By which the current is glowing. Repeat the experiment separately with glucose and alcohol solution. What do you observe now? Does the bulb glow in all cases? The bulb will start glowing in the case of acid as shown in the figure. We already seen the bulb is glowing while we have used the acid. But we will observe that glucose and alcohol solution do not conduct electricity. Only acid will conduct electricity. This is to prove that acids conduct electricity. When we use acid in the solution, then what happened? The current will glow, the bulb will glow. But if we use glucose or alcohol in the place of acid, then it will not conduct electricity, so the bulb will not glow. So glowing of the bulb indicates that there is a flow of electric current through the solution. The electric current is carried through the solution by ions. So when hydrogen ion concentration happens in the case of acid, because we know that in the case of acid hydrogen ion concentration happens. So in this case, since the ions are moving, electricity generates. So it is a very good conductor of electricity. Since the cation present in the acid such as H plus, hydrogen plus ion, this suggests that acid produce hydrogen ions in aqueous solution which are responsible for the acidic properties. So when we repeat the same activity using alkalis such as sodium hydroxide, calcium hydroxide, what can you conclude from the result? In solid form, it will not conduct electricity. When dissolved in water, however, it will. In order to conduct electricity, a substance has to be able to allow electric charge to move through it. In water, sodium hydroxide, which is a base, dissociates into sodium ions and hydroxide ions. Sodium hydroxide, NaOH, is an example of a metal hydroxide that dissociates into a metal ion and hydroxide ions. So the conclusion of it is both acids and bases can conduct current when they are dissolved in water. So only in aqueous solution, acids and bases conduct electricity. Acids can evenly conduct electricity because it usually gives the H plus ions, where bases conduct electricity in aqueous solution. I hope you understood this. So this was the last topic, the activities. The activities are better much understood only by the practical application of it. By just in theoretical method, The practicals is not possible, but you have to understand because of the corona pandemic, we can't take students to school and do these activities. Once the school reopens, we will do all the activities by our own. I hope you understood this. If you have any suggestions, please comment me on the comment section below. Thank you.